Hey guys, this is me and George. We're going to be looking at one of his games. Uh, it's the homework I've given him, which is playing handicap as if even. And I won't go to the trouble of defining that because I've defined it a lot. I'll assume you guys know. And so we're about to take a look, and here we go. He's white. His brother is black. So, yep. Uh, Something I defined with another student recently that's on my mind. So let's just briefly talk about it. White can now, if he wishes, obviously, play away and not yet settle. Now, we're going to just ramble about this a little bit. If black plays here, this is a forcing move. Of course, white's going to stay here. This is a forcing move. This one, forcing move. This one, not a forcing move. So if white wants to play away, it's perfectly reasonable. Why would one want to play away? Because at the moment, we have so many options. Which option's best? We have no idea. So if we play away and let the game develop, we're going to get a lot more information as to just how we want to play the upper right. If we play it right now, it makes the game extremely straightforward, which is in black's favor. And that's the exercise. Just make it offer the game to black. Play as simple as can be. And it's a great exercise. But that's the meaning of if we don't settle, then it brings up interesting things. Let's look at two most common ways to not settle. This used to be played all the time in handicap games with pros. This would be the pro most common. Another one is here. It's like, I didn't settle, but I sort of settled. What are you going to do about that? And it's hard for black to find an efficient answer. Here, very easy for black to find an efficient answer. Okay. This is a Joseki, but this is the white is now settled. There's no question about it. White settled. Here, this is Joseki. I assume white plays away. Yeah. Well, he didn't play away. Okay, so let's start here and have black play away, and we'll ask, is white settled? Well, first, this is double sente, so we'll just play it, and then white settled. So it's really not even a question. So let's have black play here. White only has two options for health: run to the center, run to the side. So now white settled. Okay. I'm rambling a bit here, but here, white, black, white, black. Is white settled? Let's find out. Run to the center, run to the side, and we have a two-stone wall that runs diagonally. This is a totally valid running direction. George, does that make sense?
Yeah, I've never seen that before as a valid option, but that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. It's worth chatting about a little bit. If we talk about this stone, we know these two options. Now, I'm going to slow down a little bit here. When we talk about option one, this is a direction. The actual move, might be any of these, really. There's many ways to run to the right. This obviously makes sense, right, George?
Yep.
So we say direction 1, but the move could be any of these. This does not include F. F is not valid. If that's as far as you can go, we're not playing over that. That's not a valid option. Too slow. Okay.
And when you say this, I assume you're pretending the Q16 stone isn't there, right?
Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. This stone, here's 2 options.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. And in direction 1, A doesn't count. Too slow.
Yeah.
We don't even consider it. Okay. And there are 3 options here. Great. Well, what about option 4? Not valid. How come? Because too slow. In the same way that one's too slow. But now we have a wall. We can run in that direction. So that's what's kind of different here, is this is a 2-stone wall facing diagonally. So we can make a 1 space jump. It's actually not a 1 space jump. How many spaces is that? I don't know. But yeah, these are valid running options. So your group here has 3 options for health.
Chris showed me this Joseki, and he ended up by playing K16. So I kind of naively assumed it was Joseki and played it without too much thought. But that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. And there's so many things that we could say here. I actually don't know this Joseki, but I'm seeing 3 options for health. Now let's back them up a little bit. Let's say black says, I attack you. Well, I'll just run out. So we're saying this is easy for white. Okay. Let's look at this one. And white decides, I want to run to the diagonally. That's pretty valid, right? So I'm suggesting that these are 3 separate options for health, and they're all valid. Is this a nice next move? Sure. It doesn't seem to me to be biggest, but apparently he played it on you.
Do you think we have a half option bothering the Q16 stone?
Good question. Is this, let's say for a moment that Sente, have we increased? Well, we used to be able to run here, and now we can run here. Same thing, I'd say. I don't see an extra. We're not hassling a group. Just gives us a small helpful move, but not. I don't see it as an extra option.
And I guess it can't be considered Sente either, can it? It doesn't really have an effect on the corner group.
Yeah. Doesn't change anything. We can perhaps get an eye out of it in maybe Sente, but yeah, I wouldn't consider it an option. Okay. Play here. Place here, which is, I would call a mistake, because it looks like he's defending the B group, which needs no help at all. So here, we are not defending our A group. B is doing great work in the corner, and it's helping develop the right, but it is a corner move. this black move, it's not taking the corner. What's it doing? Defending B. I guess we could say, oh, I'm taking area 1. That's not a very big area. So this move is all about defense. And some, something in area 2, but this is a defensive move. No. So I'm back saying your move is wrong because you're defending a group that's fine. Yeah, so I would say these A and C are equal, as it were. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess both of them. For example, if you do some stone splitting and you split the C down through the K line, then
yeah.
the left side of it looks decent, and the same could be said about A. But the bottom side of that stone looks good, top side looks terrible.
Yeah. And just for viewers, George is saying if we cut this stone down the center, the left side of the stone looks like 100% value. It's doing a lot of good things. But the right side, since white doesn't need any help, isn't doing much. Yeah. Okay. Next, you play here. Perfectly fine.
I struggle. I struggle a bit knowing what to do when black plays high after that approach. Because I mean, going to the corners off a possibility, right? But yeah, I don't know. But that's half the reason I played away, really. Just not quite knowing what to do.
Well, let's start here. And from there, we'll work on to how does this change things? But assuming this situation, we know the old style. And we've stopped doing this for a few reasons, one of which is black can develop a nice center, as well as black can play away. He doesn't need to respond. So this has become just slow. But if we first play here, and we'll look at the same thing here, black, white, well, this is pretty much gone. It's way harder for black to make anything work here. So we're starting to see why we make this peep. Okay.
Yeah.
Next, we're just going to look at the Joseki a little bit. This black move is in question. How are we going to look at this? I'd like to suggest that, well, let's look at, I'm having a hard time phrasing this, so let's look at this move. There's a lot of things wrong with this move. One of them is we're playing too close to thickness. Just like this move, too close to thickness, just like this move, too close to thickness. That's one thing wrong with this move, is it's completely unnecessary as it's so close to black's thickness. Now, if we change that here, black's not thick. So we're not too close to thickness. Am I making any sense?
Yeah, perfect sense.
Okay, I'm kind of stumbling over my words here. So this move now has less value. It may still have 98%, 95%, but from a high level perspective, it's like, I'm kind of lacking. I'd rather it be out here. Now I'm doing way more work than that little corner move. And if white takes it, I'm still fine. Now we're up at 100%. And we can think about this, but I'm putting it here because it's more clearly defense, more clearly 100%. So now we have the modern Joseki. Okay. So back to this question. what if this stone is already in place? Well, when it comes to the corner, yeah, black already has a stone in place, but yeah, we're also settling ourselves. So yes, white is unsettled and wants to settle. Bummer that black has extra moves there. But that's the handicap for you, is there's extra stones on the board. So yeah, I would say you need to settle your group. Certainly for the exercise. If we're not in the exercise, there's no need to settle at all. Okay, that was, did we get clarity there?
Yes. Yeah. I think sometimes I don't take this exercise as literally as you might, for example. And so I think, oh, I don't necessarily have to settle that stone now, but my plan is to play a simple game.
Yeah.
But they're two slightly different things, I think.
Yeah. So this sort of leads us to the definition of exercise, and we're here. So this is how I play. Now, I don't use this Joseki. I use the modern one, but I'm just going to do it. And then black gets his move, right? Then I go to the next corner. And you know my pattern. I always start at A, then I go to B, then I hit, if there's a 3-3 open, I hit it. So boom, boom, boom. Da-da, da-da, da-da. Then I hit the 3-3 every time. And I win nearly 100% of the time. Now, black's not, black can make a mistake. It's like you just play Joseki. Everyone knows Joseki. So it puts him in an outstanding, he's so far ahead. I played one yesterday. He played this way. Well, that's a bad move. Well, it's bad, but the 3-3 isn't open anymore. And I'm like, well, I've got I have 3 options for health. Well, his corner looks huge. That's not all his, but it sure looks big. I went to the next corner. And then I did the 3-3. And it's like, well, since we're here, so up to here, give me a break. Who's winning the game? I mean, black's winning by nearly 4 stones. I think he's made some mistakes, but they're not horrible. I mean, he's winning by at least 3 stones, if not 4. But all of a sudden, there's an obvious slip, and I cut, and he just doesn't know what to do anymore. And it starts falling away, and I just start killing. All his group started dying, Okay.
I mean,
So,
I guess those empty triangles.
Yeah.
I guess those empty triangles have to be bad, but they look interesting.
They're interesting. One of the pleasures about the handicap go is that 3-3 stays open for so long, right? Oh, the 3-3 is still open, and it's just, it's nice. But when it's closed, it really limits. Okay, so yes, I would by all means settle in the corner. He plays here. You punish. That's a good question. So, according to the exercise, what should we do next? Well, we look in the bottom right, and black's doing an awful lot of good things there. How do we decide, should we respond there or not? And I think the answer is, can he do a lot? How much can he do with one move? If he can take his large area and make it cash in one move, then we should probably play. Can he? So we do nothing, and he plays here. Oh, that's not his. Okay, so that's not huge. He goes this way. Well, we at the very least live, probably more than that. So I'm not seeing that he can do anything great in one move. So I'm with you. Let's play away. Hane, yes. Is a big advantage for white here. Huh. So it seems to me black shape here is bad. I will be playing one of these moves without question. I would assume you played one of these, but these are the next moves. See, that's a snapback shape, right? Setting up a snapback. B is very thick and strong, and that's black's next move here is B. A, Hana the head of two stones. D, chase his weak group. They all seem, we're in agreement here?
Yes, I mean, I think I didn't think of A for that long, just because it gives him an easy next follow-up. But
Yeah.
it is very beneficial to have that extra foot
Let's
in the
look at
corner,
that
isn't it?
one. One would assume he's going to play here because it's Sante. And then what? Probably it should be here. And that's darn slow. I would say that's a good exchanges for white. And worse than that, it's not even one eye yet. Well, what else is he going to do? Play here. Well, that makes this Sente. So then he gets this. Well, then that's my Sente. And we have a one-eyed black group. I mean, it's really hard to, so I'm not saying this is best for white, but if I'm black, I might play here. Okay, now I'm alive. Really hard to find a move here. This is kind of a falsehood because it's still, that group's just going to die later, right? So let's see what you did. Yeah, I'm not against it. Very thick and strong. Not a bad move. And we're going to attack that group later. Here. Yeah, I don't like this. If I wanted to play that move, I'd play it here.
Yeah.
If we're talking about area 1, then we've made it bigger. If we're talking about attacking the 2-stone, then now we're attacking it. If we're talking about defending our 3-stone, this defends the 3-stone more than the other one. Whatever you're doing, this one does more. The only way to make your move better is I need to defend my group. Well, then I would back off. Say, I don't want to make black play this move. Then I would back off, saying, I don't want to make him play there. But we're not here to defend. Okay. So what to do?
So I was thinking if I go all the way, then he has space to come in. But perhaps, I'm out into the center and I have an eye, so I'm kind of one eye running, in the worst case scenario. So I guess therefore
you were defending. You're defending your A group.
Yeah, but yeah.
Well, let's find out. Options for health. Is running to the center valid? Yeah, it's a knight's move. It's a ladder. Works for you. So you can run 1, run to the center, I'm seeing 3 options, and 4 because we can live in one move. So 4 options, pretty healthy.
Yeah. And if black, say, played f3, for example, then I guess he's just creating a weak stone for himself, and I'm out into the center with a base.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want to say literally alive, but darn close to life. Yeah. Okay. So let's say we did indeed want to defend, then I'd back. Your move really is sort of asking black to defend, right? So I would back off, saying I don't want you to defend.
I guess I was saying that I'm kind of happy for him to defend, because say if he plays N4, then I can just jump into the corner and take everything
Then
away.
go all the way. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay. I would suggest that our A group is perfectly healthy at this point. Let me remove some marks here.
And
No.
one other question, Lance.
Yeah.
Perhaps E5 wasn't the best move, because after the bamboo joint, it looks a bit, I don't know, it looks like I didn't get much, a better end of the stick necessarily.
I wouldn't play it. It's the least active of them all.
Yeah.
It is awfully thick and strong, and there is a total future against the Blackstones. So I'm not against it. I don't think it's best, but it's a good, strong move.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's figure out what to do here. I'm suggesting our A group is fine. I'm also suggesting that area 1 is not the biggest area on the board. We must say that our B stone is fine because we've been ignoring it. How come? Because it's fine. Whatever that means, we're willing to sacrifice part of it, but we're saying that B's fine. The B situation is fine. So we're fine.
Although could we say that, so he ignored in the corner, which felt unreasonable. So it felt like I should end up with Sente, and therefore I have time to come back to my B stone, rather
Yes, you
than
do.
the B stone doesn't need defense.
Right. So you did have Sente, and now we're deciding if the B area is biggest. And that's where we're at, is what's big. We're on the same page now?
Yeah.
Okay. So count the big areas. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sound right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Of course, area 4 is screaming. We all want the 3-3 or something along those lines. It's very big. But his A group to me is really suspicious. So I want to do something on the left. So let's say we live. Great. We live. He gets Sente. We're just losing the game. Instead, if we play on the left and he allows us to start attacking A, that could be a problem for him. So the left has activity. Area 4, just big. So I'm going to play where the action is. Let's pause there. Is that making sense?
Yes, the only thing I was thinking of is that if our idea is to play as even, then I guess we're playing 4, right?
No. Why?
No.
If we're not here to defend, right? If we're here to defend, then you should have defended earlier.
Okay.
If we're not here to defend, then it's a matter of size. And I think his A group is suspicious. So size plus his weakness.
And can we say that 4 isn't really settling anyway, because 4 is sacrificing the O3 stone, right? It's not.
Well, that's a given. Anytime we're pinched, we're like, well, I'll just live locally and give him a bit of a thorn in the flesh. Yeah.
Okay.
So this move looks natural because we're closing our skirt, but it's now officially difficult to play on the left.
Yeah, just after I played just after I played my move, I thought, actually, that's interesting because I can approach, what is it? Approach the big area before coming in. So I thought, oh, well, me coming down at F17 is very nice on top, and then I can come in.
Yeah. And I'm finding it difficult to find a move over here. So that bothers me. So next I think about this one. Now let's look at this scenario. This is the one let's play it correctly. Black, white, and black has Sente. If black plays on the left, I don't think that's his area yet. I'm sort of thinking he's a bit over-concentrated. I don't know. This doesn't bother me so much. I don't know. I kind of like this. I think I may actually just play this right now and let him have this move and start in. I like this scenario. Let's just look at what he would actually do. He'd play this way, right? Now
It's
this
difficult to say with my brother.
love. I love. I'm going to peep. I'm going to be playing something like this. I'm totally seeing something when black's dead. He's just, that's a silly thing to say. But these two black groups, I would be so happy as white. But if he plays correctly, I'm still happy with it. So I would play 3-3. Let's look at the last one. I think if black now just pinches, any pinch, he's defended naturally. I don't like that one bit.
Isn't the left small?
Well, from here, is area 2 small? No, I'd say it's probably the biggest area. Certainly the widest. The only problem is if I play there, I can never attack his group again. Oh, but I got a nice big, yeah, that's true, you did. Yeah. Yep, nice and big. In Gote. Yeah, I don't like it. So it's interesting. But the point is, time to look at one of the 4 big areas and make a decision. I would end up with the 3-3, but that means near nothing, right? Even if I was back at my peak when I was playing well, it would still mean nothing. What Shygost says doesn't mean much. My only idea is how can we think rationally on the go board? And that's where my rational thinking ends up, is at the 3-3. Anything else here?
No, it's good.
Okay. This looks so small to me. Really, really small. Okay. He plays here, which I'm not against so much. I no longer have any ideas of attacking this group. So it is a bad move because this move looks like Sente, but this one looks like Gote. And then you come in. If I have J3, I'm thinking of going this way. So here we're defending our stone and attacking. Here we're living. Let me I've been meaning to talk with this guy for a while. Thank you. Some guy I've been waiting to talk to, and I just told him I can't talk. Okay, so this big move, this totally big area, and attacking. Two purpose versus one purpose. One unexciting purpose, two very exciting purposes. So I can't imagine this not being bigger. And assuming he wants to live, then we're totally going to be getting this move in, right? Anything in here. Just a matter of how and when. Are we in agreement?
Yes, I think I was kind of thinking that if I play in the corner, that kind of makes sense because I'm settled. I played that move at J3 in order to settle myself on the left. So he's not going to really gain much because I've settled in the corner, settled on the bottom, and what he's left with is not really going to do much.
Yeah.
But I also see where you're coming from.
Yeah. Now, there's this idea that go proverbs, principles, cute little rules, corner, side, center, none of them mean anything. The only thing that has meaning is the readout. You with me on this?
Yeah.
But since the readout is beyond human ability, when it comes down to all moves need to be read out all the way, then we start relying on little tricks. Corner, side, center. That's such a good example of, well, that's not true. Well, it's not true, but it sure helps us in 98% of what we're looking at. So this idea we're looking at here, this is a two-purpose move, one-purpose move. Let's go with the two-purpose move. Well, that's a rule. Your move may well be better. I wouldn't know. What I know is I'm going to play here, and here are my reasons. And these, I have found this to be more profitable and easier. Your move may well be better. Okay, moving onward.
Yeah. Yep. Wow, that's such a small move. It might be appropriate because you're on both sides, but this whole sequence has gained you a whole stone, I think. At this point, your 3/3 was golden. I mean, just golden. You have Sente. You can do anything you want. Yeah. This is a really tough question. Which of the three? I simply would not play Area 2. Maybe best. Could we consider C13?
Did you just say A?
Yeah.
When we know I want to live in Area A, well, if we get pinched, we have lots of room. Well, if we get pinched here, we only have a little bit of room. This is a valid consideration. What about one further? Well, the problem is that we're awfully tight here. We can't attack. He's got his extra thickness. This could be seen as difficult. Okay, here we have an entire extra step. Okay. And if here, lots of room. Yeah, I'd say if we want to play on the left, this is probably better in this case. That's rare. That's not often the case, but it here seems to be. Still, I wouldn't play on the left. That's not the same as it's not best. I'm his extra move and a half here, A and B, really changed the characteristic on the left big time. So much so, I'm starting to lean towards A. Isn't that funny? Okay, hon. Wife's off to do her workout. She looks so cute in her bathing suit. God, I'm crazy about that woman. I got She's gonna kill me if I tell this story. I probably if you guys promise not to tell her that I told you. We play cribbage every morning. I mean, 25 years, we never miss unless someone's sick or out of town. And she has a way of cheating, and that is to unbutton her top button on her blouse. This gets back to her. She'll kill me. But when she does that, I just start blubbering. I can't even speak a sentence. It's the funniest thing. Okay. So I have no idea where we're at. I'm flustered. So we go here. Okay. He plays here. Whoa. He needs to understand something here. Did you instruct him on this move that this is so missing it?
No. No.
If we just look at a basic idea here, I mean, you just said, what good is his move?
Hmm.
I mean, this is not an attack. Is he thinking of defense? If he's thinking of points, it's not even points. It's not points. I couldn't even name this move.
Hmm.
Yeah.
If you play a pincer, it has to be a tight pincer in this case, surely, doesn't it? Because that's so strong on the bottom.
If he's thinking, I'm really concerned about my group, which is hard to believe, then I can imagine, okay, I'm really concerned. I want to make sure I'm defended. Okay, then back off. That's understandable. I understand the move, but his move, I just don't understand. Yeah. You did come out. Seems to me that's appropriate. Oh, under and under. Yeah. Now, this isn't a Joseki anymore, but in this case, I would play each of these moves. Okay, I don't know where you played next, but let's walk it through. We're saying our A group is done. Okay, gotcha. We're not about to even think about attacking his B group. Okay. Is our C group weak? We can live in one move. We can run in more than one direction. So I don't think we're weak. In agreement so far?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Two things left. Area 1, which looks like we can get in Sente. That's probably going to be biggest. And then there's his D group. He's allowed us to get fairly close to it. So the move that comes to my mind, which might not be best, but let's look at it, is this one. As it stands, our A group is really quite thin. He gets all of this in Sente, although we are alive. And here we're thick. If we get this in Sente, let's say we get it in Sente, then I'm saying we did the right thing. Okay? Let's say instead he says, what? No way. Then we play, let's start here. Okay. Let's go over our premise. We're questioning this move. If it's Sente, we did the right thing. If it's not Sente, we play here. How bad is his group? Well, he got no points here, and we didn't get points on top. He didn't get 1, we didn't get 2. Is someone less happy? Seems somewhat equitable. He is getting area 3. We are getting area 4. I mean, there's clearly equity here. So it's kind of coming down to our A group's weakness versus his B group's weakness. I don't know. Maybe it's just somewhat equitable, and we already know we're going to get this in Sente anyway. So it looks like we're ended up here. So a whole lot of thinking for just ending up with the natural move, I guess.
I like C11 though. It's great. I don't think I'd even think of it because I was so happy at that point. I kind of slid right underneath him, and I finished my Joseki, and let's move on.
Yeah.
And
back
I
in the
guess,
day, go ahead.
I guess if Black hadn't played G5, then it would mean more, wouldn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. Yeah, this A has changed so many things. Yeah. So back in the day, back in like the 70s, 1970-ish, A was a standard Joseki, and there's a big discussion on when white would play B. And the idea is, well, it's not worth a whole move until later. So when do we play white B? So for me, it's like, oh, white B, when do you play it? For me, it's a very natural question. Nowadays, it's not even a question. It's not even Joseki. But here we seem to be on okay, so here makes total sense. He defends. I'm assuming we're going to play A or B. It's so natural for him or for us to do the Hane next. Let's see what you did. I would play that move. It's really big end game. Really big. And you got it in Sente, and you can play A later, which is very nice. Yeah. Good. Okay, where to
my
next?
next move then.
We are fine everywhere. He is fine everywhere. Size, area 1, area 2. I don't see any other areas. You?
But my next move isn't in either of them, but maybe my next move is just bad. No, I think I'm in agreement. Yeah.
Between the two, area 2 is far more reaching. I prefer area 1 if it means his A group is getting weak. But he's played 2 moves there, B and C. So we just can't say that it's getting weak. So I'm left with area 2. And is this cut? No. It's cut now, but not now. And just for any late bloomers, Black white, black, white, kill. But if he doesn't have that move, then we get to capture him. So I'm going to play the knight's move here. Let's see what you did. In game. And I don't believe it works anyway. He did play there, and then you went away. Yeah.
I just thought there was a bit of strange argy there, so I just thought I'd ask the question.
Yeah. So let's look at this Aji. If I'm looking at that Aji, I'm going to start here. Let's say he responds. All of a sudden, let's look at this. Let's assume he responds. Let's look at this. Let's assume he responds. Let's look at this. Can he come down now? Well, let's look at this and this and Atari, and yeah, it's just not working. There's some Aji there, but I don't see a way of getting to it. But that's, you can see what I'm playing here is just peeping all this Aji everywhere. I just can't get it. Yeah, I don't see it coming about. Okay, so you ended up playing here, and personally, I don't see a reason you can't go one further. Boom, boom, you in here. He plays there. That's a funny move. Yeah, I don't see any purpose in his move. He's clearly not defending A, needs zero help. Yeah, I don't get this at all. He is developing Area 1. So we will probably now deal with Area 1 or continue in Area 2. Let's see what you did. Area 1, yeah, that would be the natural, logical spot. So for viewers, hopefully you're seeing Black's move. One thing it does is develop Area 1. That leads us to this move, but you can't when you think of this move, you're looking at the cut here. You see that, George, I'm assuming you see the relationship.
I do now.
Shoulder hit and the cut, which leads us back to the A group. So Q players tend to look at, these high dawn players, how do they do all this? Well, back here, we look at B, let's make that A. We look at the A stone. Black plays A. Oh, Area 1. Oh, I have a cut here. Oh, back to his C group. It's all connected. How shall I string these together? Well, start here, obviously, which leads me to, now I'm looking at A. If I'm looking at A, I'm getting ready for something around, just all connected. How do you balance them? That's the only question. Pull back. It's easy to imagine a Q player pawning here. And of course, we say, play strong. Black plays there. Good. Yeah, seems natural. Thicken up your position. He plays there. Good for him. Okay. Yeah. It's definitely has size and threatening to split. So size and Sente. Yeah. What is Black doing? Playing away. Okay. Who in the room doesn't see that White's splitting A and B? And both A and B look funny, like unfinished. Why would anyone play away? Aren't we obviously going to connect our groups? Hey, we connect. I'm on the wrong button here. Sorry. I hate that ding so much. Connect. Connect. Finished. Strong group. Played away. And why there? I guess he's concerned about your Aji here. and he's fixing it, I guess. And you come in. The classic black defends, so I attack.
Yeah, I just thought that the relationship between those three stones seemed very awkward for black.
Yeah, it is. You're right. And what are you trying to accomplish here?
I was kind of hoping that it might require black defending so that I might get that move in Sente.
You're saying there's nothing here. Wow. Maybe you're right. That's a bold statement. I might prefer this, since you're saying, there's awkwardness in here. I'm getting close to surrounding. But you played
I didn't play there because I was a bit concerned that if he plays the Hane, I'm losing liberties, and then I might actually have a problem when he does come down.
I see. Yeah. I'm seeing a problem, so I would probably start here and see what he wants to say about it. If he says this, then I'll make some decisions, which might include this. And then I'm seeing 2 stones to attack. There's lots of things to do here. The game ends here. Is
We
that
still
where
haven't finished? Yeah, we haven't finished yet.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So when it comes to the exercise, we're definitely seeing some things. Notice at this point of the game, white plays away. We started talking about you can settle now or wait till there's more information, right? So we can either settle now in one of these ways or wait for more information. Well, waiting for more information allows us to play a better move, which is why in Handicap Go, we tend to go, oh, well, we'll wait and see what happens, get more information. But the exercise is, well, just settle. Great exercise. But the fear, let's do it. Let's play the natural, just a natural, basic Joseki. And then black gets his move. How are you possibly going to win this game? Let's just do it. Same Joseki. How can you win? What are you going to do? I guess this is the next move, right? And then here. And then here. Black hasn't made one mistake. We haven't asked him to make a mistake. He's 4 stones ahead. That's the exercise.
Yeah. And I guess this is perhaps the reason that you say that this is not the way to play a handicap game.
You're not going to win this way.
If you get to a point, if you get to this situation, then you're really in trouble, I guess, aren't you?
Yeah.
Luck is loose.
And then you're going to live. And it's like, that's getting a little bit difficult. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? Is he going to play here? Then we get out. And then here. And let's just finish it up. Done. And he says, you're right, I better just go home. Great. And I guess we'll go to the next area. And we're still 4 stones behind. But he probably would have made a mistake by now, huh? And like I said, I do this all the time. And often they play well. What are we at? Move 40? They play 40 moves well. And then all of a sudden they make a small mistake. And you just start step by step. And again, I win at least 9, all of them, other than maybe I'm playing it's midnight and I'm not looking and something like that. But yeah, it's a great exercise. And I've have all my students, I think at this point, they're all doing this exercise. And any of you listeners who want to do the exercise, I offer you do it and send it to me. And I'll do corrections on it. We might even get together and do a video, who knows? So feel free. Okay, guys, is that it, George?
That's great. Thank you.
Okay, great. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.